Hello people in your home. Thanks for stay here in this channel in Energy Talk. Today we are talking about the nuclear energy. But what is nuclear energy? Please don't change the channel. Hi, thank you for staying with us. Now I'm going to introduce you our topic nuclear energy. What is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy is the energy in the nucleus core of an atom. Atoms are tiny particles that make up every object in the universe. There is enormous energy in the bonds that hold atoms together. Nuclear energy can be used to make electricity. Please, welcome to our guests. The first one is a scientist of Institute Nuclear of Energy, Miss Nicole Marino.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And our other guest is a doctor from Chile, Mr. Camilo León.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So, Nicole, Camilo, thank you for to be here today. Now we are going to learn about the advantage and disadvantage of nuclear energy. So, Camilo, you first. What do you think about the safe of the nuclear energy?
Well, it's unsafe. The 2011, the Fukushima disaster showed to the world that nuclear power is clearly unsafe. The meltdown at the Fukushima nuclear power plant was the worst since Chernobyl, 25 years earlier. And this is not the only disaster because there are a lot of accidents in the world. For example, in Japan and other
disaster again. So, Nicole, what do you think about the safe?
Well, I think that the technology that is used in a nuclear power plant is safe, and it's getting safer as years go by. I will give you an example. The Fukushima. It was an old plant created more than 40 years ago, and the latest generation of nuclear reactor designs are much less likely to break down. So I think it's very safe.
Okay, now let's talk about the ship. How much cheap is that?
Well, it's very expensive. The power plants are so expensive to set up and decommission, and the cost of storing radioactive waste also have to be considered. If the money pumped into nuclear has been spent on renewable energy, then the payoff will have been much greater per euro invested.
So that's not very cheap. So, Nicole, what do you think about?
Well, I think the cost of uranium, which is used as a fuel in generating electricity, it's quite low actually. The initial cost of nuclear power plant is relatively high, but the running cost is low. And the average life of a nuclear reactor ranges from 4 to 60 years, depending upon its usage. And these factors, when combined, make the cost of producing electricity very low. Even if the cost of uranium rises, the increasing cost of electricity will be lower. Actually, the main reason behind the low fuel cost is that it requires a little amount of uranium to produce energy. And when a nuclear reaction happens, it releases million times more energy as compared to traditional sources of energy like coal, gases, and fossil fuels.
So compare with another fossil fuels that nuclear energy is cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the lower greenhouse effect. Is low or have much pollution? Camilo?
Well, it's very pollution. The extraction and transport of uranium to generate electricity in power plants emit CO2 into the atmosphere. the transport of waste materials by sea, land, and air using as fuel oil, which is a big pollution fuel.
Wow, that is dangerous. What about you, Nico?
Yes. As per the report in 1998, it has been calculated that the emission of greenhouses has reduced for nearly half due to the popularity of the use of nuclear power. Nuclear energy by far has the lowest impacts on the environment, since it does not release any gases like carbon dioxide, methane, which are largely responsible for the greenhouse effect. And there is no adverse effect on water, land, or any habitats due to the use of it. Though some greenhouses effects are realized while transporting fuel or extracting energy from uranium. Yeah.
So it's kind of greenhouse effect. It's kind of damage.
Yeah.
So people, what do you think about that? Please don't change the channel. Thank you. People, thank you for staying with us this episode. So thank you to our guests.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
So see you next week. Thank you for staying with Energy Talk. Bye.